German engineered, American made. Ooh. Alright guys and girls, Dave here with the Affordable Door and Gate. I didn't get all dressed up today because I am out in BFE. Let me tell you what, I'm in Oceana up in Rothbury. And it's like a 2-track to a 2-track to a 2-track to get back here. This is the stuff I kind of describe that I'm always like, I need bulletproof stuff. Well, I'm the guy that's getting kind of gypped on this one, I feel like. I was going to have the secretary up here on this one. The roads were too bad for her to come in today. And I tell you what, if she was here, she'd be reading the instructions how to install this thing. This is the kind of stuff that upsets me that I'm like, I got to sit here and think. I'm ready to whip this thing out. I got the instructions out. I'm trying to read how these stinking hinges go together on this door, and I probably won't know until I start stacking it. But it's like some 2-piece jigger thingy. Then you got this other one that goes in the center. This I can live with. This wasn't too bad. I can handle this. I do like the bottom seal. That's an A+ for you. This is a Hormann door, and I don't know if it says a model on here somewhere, but you can see it's just a vinyl back door. I'd say the biggest thing with these Hormann doors is, I don't know, they got this huge pronounced like shiplap. I'm sorry, that's probably tongue and groove. That's tongue and groove. Anyways, we'll see how this thing goes. I don't know which way to put these hinges. You put them this way so the door can sneak behind it, you know, or do you flip them the other way? I won't know until I start stacking it. But whatever the case may be, this would be a callback from one of my installers or a subcontractor. So we'll see how she runs. We'll see what we can do to get her going. But I just wanted to let you know, if you're going to deal with some Hormann products, be ready for a curveball and some learning, because it's throwing this veteran into a spin out here. I'm about ready to go eat some snow. I'm so hot. So anyways, we'll see how she goes. Okay. So I think I figured out the hinges. Let's take a look. See if I can explain one for you. So I'm not a big fan of. See how this one's different? Then you gotta think about it. You gotta go, okay, these ones gotta go in here, which I still don't know if I have these the right way. These are supposed to be pointing down like this. They seem like it, but let's see if we can do this one. So originally, when I used one of these hinges over here, I could not figure out how the heck you're supposed to get to the screws up in there. So I found these. Let's see. I know I'm already struggling. Let's see if I can do this for you. Oh, magnet bits. Oh, they're the best. Boom. Come on, magnet. Wave me off, boy. Boom. Got it. Really? Hate when that happens. Boom. I gotta set this phone down. Look at the hinge for a minute. Like this. Boom. So now, always try not to dent the door. You gotta slip this up under, and you got one hole, like that. Oh, helps if you have a screw that fell on the ground. There we go. And voila! 10 minutes later, we have a hinge on. You ain't gonna buy this at Ace Hardware down the road. So hope they're all here. So continue on. Okay. So this is my opinion. First panel I stacked. Absolutely hate it. If you're doing it with 2 guys, it won't be a problem. Doing it by yourself for a 1-man, this is a 16 by 10. Not good. Let me explain why. These hinges don't have enough weight to them, so they kind of want to stay flipped up. So as I was trying to stack it, it was a nightmare. The second thing is normally I would take my, sometimes if I run into a situation where you're getting ready to stack it and you have a problem, you can kind of do a last minute bail let that roller fall out and then stack it in here. Well, I put the strut right below it just to keep everything uniform, and I can't get this bracket out. If I take the screw out, it's not like a traditional one where I might bring it down and I'd peel it off or whatever. So that's kind of a pain. You can see this one's already wanting to, that one's already staying up, but they don't have enough weight to them. And normally I would take the panel myself and I could flip the hinges when I got it up in the air when I'm stacking it, and it would fall down. Not the end of the world. Plus side is, so far when I set it down, it doesn't feel like an Amar door where the door wants to slip out of its groove. It's sitting there pretty nice right now. I feel pretty confident that it's not going to fall out. So that really pronounced, the tongue and groove seems to be pretty nice. You know what I'm talking about right here with this guy. When it sat down on it, it feels pretty solid. I mean, it's sitting there pretty nice right now for not having screws. So, if anything, the hinges are the death of this thing. That's the weakest link so far, is I cannot stand the hinges. That is just idiotic. Good door, but get rid of those hinges. I don't know why people try to reinvent hinges and make their own brand, and it's just stupid. So, all right, back on. All right, now I gotta decide. Now I gotta decide if I'm going to strut all of them, because I think where you at, camera? There you are, camera. I gotta decide if I'm gonna strut them all, because I'm kind of off, and it's just gonna look goofy. I don't want it looking goofy. I hate when it looks goofy. I don't want to call back. I don't want customers saying, why is there only, you know, some door sections got it, some. So I gotta add 2 more struts. No big deal. I just do it how I want it. So, huh. I guess in Germany they must be taller. They don't need a rope. There's no rope in the hardware box. Well, there's a side note. Gonna use that Hormann stuff. You gotta have bring rope, your own rope. Oh well. Okay. So let's go over this. Hormann door. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons. Outside, your typical. One thing I would note, if you got a customer that's maybe a little funny, or you don't want to know or something, it does have a sticker on it. So, not the end of the world. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. It's kind of like branding, like a Harley Davidson, I guess, or something. But, you know, if it's just one of those things where you don't want the customer to know what the product is, or now you know, there's a sticker on it. So, overall, the Hormann door. First impression, to be honest, not impressed. Let's go over some of the negatives. I'm used to using 7/16 sockets and 9/16. They use half on everything. Not the end of the world. It's just you got to kind of change up your tool bag a little bit, it feels like. So another thing, these hinges are just awful. I just cannot stand how they put them together. I don't think they're bad, like they're going to fail. The way they go together basically takes a lot of time. It costs me money because speed is key for me. Let's see. Didn't come with a pedal, you know, or a foot plate here. I had to take that off my truck. Step plate. Didn't come with a handle. Didn't come with a rope. So that was kind of a bummer. Otherwise, everything else was pretty standard. I would just say the hinges were my biggest complaint about this door. You know, your center bracket is pretty much the same. It didn't come with all struts. Now, that's something to do with ordering or your preference. I just strutted the whole thing because it just looks stupid if you don't. So I'm going to eat that to put some extra struts on there, extra reinforcement. So no big deal. I think that was kind of about it. Okay, so now on the positive side, I would say that the steel feels like it's thicker on this one and it's a little bit more solid, and the way it comes together is pretty nice. You're not going to see daylight through this guy. And when I was stacking it, it stacks real nice, and then also it has a nice gasket. The gasket is really nice, it seems like. So if you're looking for a door that's going to be insulated real well and probably keep a draft out, and you're looking for your best bang for your buck, I'd say this is it. I mean, I like how this one's sealed. It's sealed pretty good. Like I said, you can see it's got like a rubber gasket in there, and that works out pretty good. So overall, not too bad. Just kind of disappointed that it was missing like the foot plate, a rope, and the handle. Seems kind of goofy to me. And then the weather seal, I already cut this bag open. When they do it from the factory, it's a little bit too tight, and I'm real fussy about my weather seal, so it was pushing up on this corner. So I'm going to let it relax over the night because we don't have the track for this door. It was a long story. It wasn't the vendor's fault, but so I got to come back tomorrow and grab it. So we're missing track on this one. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. One other thing too, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it in the field, but sometimes they put extra swedges on there to make it bite better. I've never seen a manufacturer do that, but they put an extra swedge in that cable up there. Kind of neat. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like, it was like an added little touch, but it's like, okay, but where's my handle and my foot plate, and where's my rope? So I don't know. Some of these manufacturers, I'm always kind of, sometimes I'm a little disappointed because the garage door industry needs to catch up, I feel like. You know, all this other technology out there, seems like they got all the bells and whistles, and it seems like the garage door industry just can never seem to get their act together. And I just think they just need to bring me in, and I will show them. I'll say, this is what you're going to encounter in the field. This is what's going to be a problem. And your vendors will, and your customers will love you. Because even for me, I'd rather spend $20, $40, $60 more on a door and get all the bells and whistles and say, like, I want the deluxe package, you know? It's kind of like ordering a pizza. I want the deluxe, you know? So, I don't know. All right, I want to show you a little trick, in case you guys don't know. Kind of elementary, but, you know, there's probably somebody out there who doesn't know how to do it. I'll show you the tricks of the trade. So my builder shorted me. You know, if I level this spring out, I ain't got enough meat. Pretty common. So I had to build this up. So what I do is I take a board back here, drop it below. I only had a little bit of wood, so I didn't have a lot. So I screw it behind here. And then I sandwich a board on here. So now this is nice and flush. And then this thing was all loosey-goosey because the builder, for whatever reason, does not put any support back here. So I've actually had this board one time, this big old board. I've had this big old board actually twist on me. I had to go back about almost a year later because the spring was pulling away and whatnot. A lot of tension. So anyways, then what I do is I go up here and I anchor it. So it's nice and stiff now. I don't know if you guys know that little trick. I take those, what are they, track bolts? And I use them as like a washer. So I just take a screw and go right through them. And voila, there you go. Then you don't have to mess with a bunch of wood up here and stuff. So if you guys know a different way or a better way, comment below. Let me know. I'd be interested to know. But this is about the best solution I can always figure out. So yeah, spring pad extension 101. Hey, one more thing to note. I use these two different kind of lubes. I use this guy I use from Service Spring. I like that because it's a little clearer and lighter. Then this, oh, that's the same bottle. I got a different product I use that's a little bit more for our gate operators. But this guy works pretty good. He's pretty clear. Now, one thing I do want to note too is that if you're installing or you're a subcontractor, a door's got to make it, let's just say, a year. That's kind of, I think, the common theme, right, for everybody. Got to at least make it a year. Once it's a year old, well, you know, it's kind of out of warranty. Sorry, you need to do this. You need to do preventative maintenance. Now, this is not to say do shoddy work, but what I'm trying to say is that if you spray a little oil on the door, you'd be amazed how much farther that door will go and last and not make noise, and you won't have callbacks. So I cannot stress enough to spray the door down with oil. And when I mean spray all the rollers, you know, do all the hinges, and don't forget to do that stinking spring up there. That's the one thing that I cannot stand is when I come into a door or into a situation and I hear that thing going tung, 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 making a bunch of noise, and it puts a lot of extra strain on things. And sometimes a customer will call you and say, hey, my door's making some noise now. So take an extra 5-10 minutes, spray the door down, and you'll have a lot happier customers, and you won't have callbacks. So that's how you get past your kind of your warranty, you know what I mean? Not to say to do bad work, or I do shoddy work, but I just found out it's just sometimes when the door makes noises, the customer's concerned, and they have all the right to be. So anyways, just a little helpful tip. Sorry guys and girls, this one was a little bit long-winded. But I do apologize for that. And if you made it to the end, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to either hit the like button or share it or comment below. Either you like it or don't. Let me know what you think about the Hormann door. If you've installed them before, or if you've had troubles or you've never seen it before, I'd like to know, because I'm in the same boat. I'm learning as we go. Every day is a new problem, a new project, and that's what keeps me going. So anyways, with that being said, Denise was so lovely to stop by and give me a hat, and I'd actually like to send it to one of you guys, and or girls. If you would email me at davedupson@gmail.com, that'd be great. And I'll just randomly select it. I'll let this go for about a week, and out of the people that maybe email me and make sure you send me an address to where to send it to. I'll pay the shipping and handling on it, and yeah, I'll send it to you, and maybe you can send a little thank you or something on it. But anyways, like I said, I didn't want to sound like I was upset or I was disliking Hormann Garage Doors. It was just in the moment where I was kind of heated, and so yeah. Anyways, I'll take it from there. And thanks for watching. Take care. Keep hanging them.